failing at English. You're just listening to the wrong voice in your head, and it's sabotaging your progress without you even realizing it.
Hi, everyone. We are so happy you're tuning in today. Welcome back to the Fluent Vibes English podcast. I'm Sarah, and today we're diving into a topic that honestly changes more than just your speaking. It changes your whole life. We're talking about the power of a positive mindset. I want to help you build a mental space where learning English and just living your daily life feels a lot lighter and more hopeful.
And I'm Ali. So glad to be here with you, Sarah. I'll be honest, guys. Some days, life just feels heavy. It's so easy to wake up and immediately think about everything going wrong. Today, we want to explore how to use English to shift that focus. I'm learning that positivity is actually a skill, something we can get better at every single day.
That is such a great way to put it, Ali. Actually, I want to start with something that might surprise people. Positivity isn't just a feeling that hits you like a bolt of lightning. It's not a you have it or you don't thing. Positivity is a choice. It's a decision you make every morning. And just like practicing your English verbs, the more you choose it, the more natural it starts to feel.
I love that idea, Sarah. But let's be real for a second. There are mornings where I wake up and I just don't feel it. I'm tired, I'm stressed about work, or I feel stuck with my progress. How do you choose to be positive when your brain is pulling you toward the dark side?
That's such a human question, Ollie. Thank you for being honest. Choosing positivity doesn't mean you're lying to yourself or pretending the bad stuff isn't there. It just means that once you notice the struggle, you decide what happens next. Think of it like this. Imagine you're in a room with two windows. One window looks out at a gray, rainy street. The other looks at a beautiful, sunlit park. Both views are real. The rain is happening. But you get to decide which window you're going to stand in front of for most of your afternoon.
Oh, I see. So I'm not saying the rain isn't there. I'm just choosing to look at the trees for a while. That makes it feel much more possible.
Exactly. And for everyone listening who is learning English, this is huge. This journey is full of rainy moments, like when you forget a simple word in a meeting or you struggle with a sound. In those moments, how you talk to yourself about the mistake changes everything.
That's a perfect bridge to something I wanted to ask. I keep hearing this word reframing. What does that actually look like in real life?
Reframing is like a secret weapon for your mind. It means looking at a situation from a fresh angle. Imagine you have a picture in a dark, ugly frame. Reframing is just putting it in a bright, beautiful one. In language learning, it's about changing the specific words you use to describe your day. See, your brain is always listening to your inner voice. It believes what you tell it. Can you give me a real-life example? Maybe something I'd say at work? Definitely. Think about a common phrase like, I can't do this. That's a closed door. Your brain hears that and stops trying. Now, let's reframe it. Instead, try saying, I am currently learning how to do this. Or, I haven't mastered this specific part yet. Do you feel the difference? Those sentences keep the door wide open. Wow, that word yet is doing a lot of heavy lifting there. I haven't mastered it yet. That one tiny word changes the whole feeling from I failed to I'm on my way. It really does. Yet turns a wall into a bridge. I really want everyone listening to try adding yet to their inner thoughts today. If you think, I don't understand this grammar, just add yet to the end. It's a small tweak, but the emotional impact is massive.
I'm definitely trying that. Now, speaking of small tweaks, I know you have a specific morning routine with gratitude, but how does being thankful actually help me speak better English? We'll get to that in a second. But first, if you're enjoying this conversation, we'd love for you to join our community. Hit that subscribe button. It really helps us keep making these for you.
So gratitude is just the habit of noticing what's working. A great way to start is the 3 things exercise. Every morning, name 3 specific things you're grateful for, And specific is the key. Don't just say, my job. Say, I'm grateful my boss thanked me for that report yesterday.
So being vague doesn't help as much?
Right. When you get specific, your brain feels the emotion. And here's the magic for learners. When you do this exercise in English, you're practicing high-value language. You're building vocabulary for things that actually matter to you personally.
So the gratitude journal is basically a secret English lesson?
It really is. I've seen so many students whose writing skills just exploded after they started a daily gratitude log in English. Because they actually care about what they're writing, the words stick in their memory much better.
I have to bring up something a bit sensitive, though. What about toxic positivity? Sometimes people tell you to just smile when you're actually having a really hard time. That feels kind of fake, right?
You're so right to bring that up. Toxic positivity is when people use good vibes to ignore or silence real pain. If someone is hurting and you tell them to just be positive, it's actually dismissive. It makes them feel like their feelings are wrong.
Yeah, I've felt that. It makes me feel like I'm failing at being happy, which just makes me more stressed.
Healthy positivity never ignores your pain. It says, I see that this is really hard right now. And then it gently asks, what's one tiny step I can take forward? Real optimism can hold the struggle in one hand and the hope in the other at the same time.
So it's not about being a happy robot, it's about having the strength to keep moving even when things aren't perfect.
That's beautiful, Ollie. We call that resilience. It's the ability to sit with the discomfort, catch your breath, and then stand back up. A positive mindset is just a reminder that the hard part isn't the end of the story.
The hard part isn't the end of the story. I need to write that down. Let's talk about internal language. Is that just the voice in my head?
Exactly. It's the constant commentary running in the background. A lot of that voice comes from the people we grew up with or the friends we have now. If you're around people who say, we'll figure this out, you start to say that to yourself too.
So the people around me are actually writing the script for how I talk to myself?
In a way, yes. This is why I always tell learners to check how they feel after a conversation. Do you feel excited and ready to study, or do you feel drained and not good enough? That feeling is your brain telling you how that person is affecting your inner voice.
What about the internet? I feel like scrolling through the news always makes me feel a bit anxious.
Our brains have what's called a negativity bias. We are hardwired to look for danger and bad news to stay safe. But today, the news is designed to keep us worried. The fix is to be intentional. Maybe swap 10 minutes of news for 10 minutes of an educational podcast, like this one. It cleans up your mental environment.
That leads us right into the growth mindset. I hear that phrase everywhere lately. What's the simple version?
A growth mindset is just the belief that your brain is like a muscle. It can grow with exercise. People with a fixed mindset think they were born with a certain amount of talent and that's it. They say, I'm just not a language person. Then every mistake they make feels like proof that they should quit.
I used to think that. I thought some people had a language gene, and I just didn't get one. It was so discouraging.
But science shows that learning a language is almost entirely about how much you practice and stay consistent. The belief that you can improve actually changes how you learn. A growth mindset learner sees a mistake and thinks, okay, what is this error trying to teach me? Instead of, I'm not smart enough.
How does this help with patience? I think we all get frustrated because we want to be fluent now.
I call it active patience. It's doing the small, boring work every day while knowing the results are coming later. A positive mindset helps you enjoy the process. Instead of, I'm not fluent, you celebrate, I used 3 new words in a sentence today.
You know, looking back at where I was 6 months ago, I actually feel really proud. I've come a long way. And you should celebrate that. I recommend keeping a win log. Write down things you can do now that you couldn't do last year. That list is the best evidence against the negative voice that tells you you're failing.
Is it ever too late to change? What if someone has been a pessimist for 40 years?
It is never too late. Your brain is plastic. It can change at any age. Think of your thoughts like paths in a forest. If you walk the same negative path every day, it becomes a wide road. But when you practice gratitude and reframing, you start walking a new path. At first, it's hard, but eventually, that new positive path becomes your main road.
Like they say, you don't have to be amazing to start, but you have to start to be amazing.
Exactly. All of this is about one goal, having the confidence to speak. Confidence doesn't show up before you start, it shows up because you started, even when you were nervous.
That moment when the words finally feel like they belong to you, it's worth every single mistake.
It really is. Thank you so much for being with us today on Fluent Vibes.
We're so happy to be part of your journey. If today's episode helped you, please share it with one friend who needs a little boost. What's one thing you're grateful for today? Let us know in the comments. See you in the next episode, where we're going to tackle the fluency plateau, that frustrating feeling when you stop seeing progress. Don't miss it.